Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, an insight. Episode 261. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, in the previous episode, we were listening to the mind-boggling experiences granted by Sri Sainath Maharaj upon Chandrabai Borkar. Let's continue to heed to the divine sport of Sri Sai in Ramachandra Borkar's life and how he was saved from the impending danger. Chandrabai Borkar requested Ramachandra Borkar to stay at home as instructed by Sri Sai Maharaj in her dream vision, whereas Ramachandra brushed away her advice and went to the Aswali railway station to start his work for the day. At that juncture, he happened to meet one of his friends and they began to chat standing on the railway track. The location closer to the platform is a curved surface, so the train tracks are also bent. Hence, from the station, it is hard to view the trains that are navigating on these tracks. Whereas from the quarters, Chandrabai can see the trains approaching the platform and the railway station. So now Chandrabai could see a passenger train advancing to the station and her husband standing on the same railway track and chatting with his friend. She was greatly shocked. Before she could think, the train hit her husband. Chandrabai screamed out, "Baba!" and fell unconscious on the floor at her home. Generally, the train will run over the object or person it hits upon. To the utter surprise of all, as soon as the train hit Ramachandra, he was thrown out and fell on the track adjacent to the one he was earlier standing. The train didn't stop, so all the railway officials and the passengers in the Aswali railway station presumed that the train ran over Ramachandra. Everyone rushed to the spot and were surprised to see Ramachandra lying alive on the adjoining track. His legs were bleeding and badly swollen. People were anticipating to see the dead body of Ramachandra there and were pleasantly surprised to see him alive. They believed that it was the grace of the God that saved his life. Ramachandra couldn't move his body as his limbs were swollen. He was a civil engineer and working at the Aswali railway station, so was familiar among all the railway employees, and they were shocked to see his plight. One of the porters at the station immediately rushed to his house to inform Chandrabai about Ramachandra's condition. At home, Chandrabai's neighbors, hearing her scream, came to check on her and they tried to bring her back to conscious by sprinkling some water on her face. She got up with a heavy heart, thinking that her husband must have died. By then, the porter came to her home. Seeing him, she was sure that her husband was killed in train accident. But the porter said, "Mother, your husband was hit by the train but is alive, and we are guessing that his limbs must have fractured. He is lying immobile. Please come so that we can shift him to a safer location." Hearing this, Chandrabai breathed a sigh of relief. She felt immensely happy and was certain that this was possible only because Sri Sai Maharaj heeded her call and saved her husband's life. She took couple of people along with her, and with their help Ramachandra was brought home. The station master reached out to the railway hospital for medical aid. There were no medical facilities at Aswali. The accident occurred around noon. The pain was unbearable for Ramachandra. Owing to the severe pain, he was losing consciousness on and off. They were desperately waiting for the railway doctors to come. Chandrabai Borkar was very much worried about her husband's condition. Somebody suggested her to make a bandage of pipa nuts. So she took the pipa, that is the soap nuts, crushed them, made a paste of it, then smeared it on the wounds and bandaged the wound with a cloth. None could measure the severity of the wound. They could see Ramachandra experience high intensity pain. It was already 11 p.m. and there was no sign of the doctors. Chandrabai, massaging her husband's legs, fell asleep. Lo, Sri Sai Maharaj appeared in her dream and said, "Bai, what happened? Did his legs got fractured? Don't worry. Get dried coconut, place it on the wound and bandage it with a cloth firmly. Then take a vani and add some salt, turmeric and mix it well with zandale. Make a paste out of this mixture and apply it on the wounds and again bandage it tightly with a cloth. He will be fine." Vani is a fruit that ripens in the state of Maharashtra and zandale is a flour made from tapioca pearls. Chandrabai Borkar woke up from her sleep and immediately followed the instructions of Sri Sai Maharaj. After a short while, the doctors arrived and seeing the plaster made by Chandrabai Borkar, they said, "Mother, what have you done? He has multiple fractures. This can be fixed only by surgery and will not get all right with these kinds of home remedies." Chandrabai's mental attitude was such that there was no need for any surgery when Sri Sai Maharaj had prescribed a remedy for the issue. Friends also suggested her to listen to the advice of the doctors as that will give an immediate relief to Ramachandra. Whereas Chandrabai had unswerving faith that she didn't budge to the advice of the doctors or friends. In a couple of weeks' time, the railway doctor came back to check on Ramachandra's condition. To everyone's astonishment, in 15 days, the fractured bones got aligned. The swelling has gone down and Ramachandra could get up from his bed on his own and stand. The wonder-struck doctor asked Chandrabai, "Mother, where did you learn this kind of remedy? It has healed the wounds and fracture got closed." Chandrabai said she is also not aware of this method and only followed the directions of Sri Sai Maharaj as instructed in the dream. The doctors considered this a medical miracle and the friends were stunned listening to the reply of Chandrabai. At that very moment, they all became the devotees of Sri Sai Baba. Ramachandra was bestowed with some experiences during this phase of his life. As mentioned earlier, on the day of the accident, while he was suffering from intense pain, he was losing and gaining consciousness on and off. At that juncture, he said, "I could see a fakir slowly walking into the house quietly," and I asked Chandrabai, "Who is that fakir? Why is he coming into our home?" Chandrabai didn't have to look around. She confidently said, "That was none other than our Sri Sai Baba. I told you to follow the directions of Sri Sai Maharaj and remain in the house, whereas you didn't heed my advice. Now it is the compassionate Sri Sai Baba that saved your life. Otherwise, I would be now mourning on your death." She continued, "From our home, I could see the train approaching fastly on the track you were standing. I fainted seeing the train hit you. Wonder of wonder, you are alive, and that is probable because of Sri Sai Baba's grace. I have always asked you to come for his darshan, but you never came. At least now, change your attitude. Be grateful to him and come to have his darshan for your own welfare. Sri Sai Maharaj is with me for the sake of protecting your life." Ramachandra agreed to accompany her to Shirdi for darshan. There is no evidence to prove that Ramachandra had the darshan of Sri Sai Maharaj. But every occurrence in Chandrabai Borkar's life is a testimony to the fact that Sri Sai Maharaj was with her and guided her in all walks of life. Chandrabai had shared many mind-boggling leelas of Sri Sai Baba that were experienced by her and Ramachandra with Pujya Sri Narasimha Swamiji during his interview with her. Every leela is astounding and submits evidence beyond doubt that Chandrabai has been Sri Sai Baba's sister for more than 7 births. His compassion and care to his devotees is unparalleled. Let's now listen to the worship that was instructed by Sri Sai Maharaj to Chandrabai on a Guru Purnima. On this day, Sri Sai told her to take the puja items, Naivedya, go to Lord Khandoba temple and worship Upasani Maharaj. She never asked any questions, implicitly obeyed the directions of Sri Sai Baba. Chandrabai Borkar considered Sri Upasani Maharaj as a Guru Bandhu and performed puja to him. This happened sometime prior to Upasani Maharaj's departure to Gorakhpur. Devotees might recall that Sri Upasani Maharaj was instructed by Sri Sai Maharaj to stay for 4 years at Shirdi and do his spiritual practice. But the situation was not conducive, so Upasani Maharaj could not complete the 4-year term at Shirdi and left for Gorakhpur with Chidambaram Pillai. So, before his departure to Gorakhpur, Chandrabai Borkar was sent by Sri Sai Maharaj to perform puja to him. Many of the residents of Shirdi were not cordial with Sri Upasani Maharaj. They always apprehended his actions to be dubious. Whereas Sri Upasani Maharaj was a great saint, possessed divine powers, and many devotees thought that he would be declared as a successor of Sri Sai Maharaj. His intuitive powers were remarkable that he could comprehend the thoughts of Sri Sai Maharaj sitting at Khandoba Mandir. But some of the Shirdi people considered him as a spy to the British government. They never showed any concern for him. He used to starve of hunger, but they didn't bother to provide him any food. They always suspected every act of Sri Upasani Maharaj and thought him to be a secret agent sent to spy on Sri Sai Baba. Young boys would pelt stones, throw garbage, use abusive language towards him, and treat him as an insane person. The sorts of troubles Sri Upasani Maharaj endured cannot be described in words. All the challenges underwent by Sri Upasani Maharaj are narrated in detail in the book Sage of Sakori by Pujya Sri Narasimha Swamiji. The challenges could be the test kept to Sri Upasani Maharaj by Sri Sai Baba. One or the other difficulties arose, and Sri Upasani Maharaj thought he would die at Shirdi if this situation continues. His physical and mental condition were turning from bad to worse. Though people of Shirdi showed an indifferent behavior towards him, he never exposed his hatred, instead was kind to them. This is one of the greatest traits of the saints. Those days none was offering any puja to him, nor he expected any such worship from others. He never liked to give prominence to himself, but at this juncture, to the surprise of all, Sri Sai Baba had told Chandrabai to worship him. So everyone thought Sri Upasani Maharaj would stop her from worshipping him. Sri Upasani Maharaj was in a mental condition wherein he never accepted anything from anyone. Even when Jog took food for him, he would throw it away. Sri Upasani Baba led the life of an avaduta, never cared for his body, remained in solitude. He locked himself inside the temple and didn't permit anyone to even see him. Therefore, people thought that he would not let Chandrabai worship him. Whereas Sri Upasani Maharaj, being at Khandoba Mandir, was completely aware of the thoughts of Sri Sai Maharaj, and knowing that Chandrabai Borkar was sent by Sri Sai Baba, didn't object her from worshipping him. Following this, Upasani Baba begged his guru's pardon mentally for non-compliance of his orders to stay for 4 years in Shirdi and left for Gorakhpur. Chandrabai recalls, few years after the Mahasamadhi of Sri Sai Maharaj, when I went to Sakori to help Sri Upasani Maharaj in making some changes in the Panchakanya establishment, he considered my attitude to be intimidating and never allowed me to have any private conversation with him, and so I returned. This reveals his disinterest in dealing with people. He had no liking for anything or anybody. He has widely regarded as a great saint with vast and miraculous powers. There is a similar Leela connected to Sri Swami Samarthar, says Ramanathan brother. As Chandrabai Borkar was asked to worship Upasani Maharaj by Sri Sai Baba, likewise to worship Sri Akalkot Maharaj, a lawyer by named Dwaraknath Appaji came to him. At that time, Swami Akalkot Maharaj was sleeping. Actually, the saints don't sleep but remain in Yoga Nidra. The visitor wanted to do Arati to Swamiji, so he began to do Arati while Swamiji was lying down. Sri Akalkot Maharaj woke up with a smile, sat down and said, "Oh, why have you come to worship me? Go to my Hanuman in the Murlidhar temple and do your puja. I shall accept your worship only if you offer your prayers to him." At Murlidhar temple, a devotee by name Swami Sudhar was staying. He was regarded as the successor of Sri Akalkot Maharaj and later turned to be a great saint. Similarly, Sri Upasani Maharaj was considered as the successor of Sri Sai Maharaj, and Chandrabai was sent to Sri Khandoba temple to worship him. This Leela depicts the inscrutable ways of Sri Sai Maharaj in starting the worship of Upasani Maharaj. Sri Sai Baba's ways are unintelligible to the human mind. In this case, Chandrabai became an instrument to implement the plan of Sri Sai Baba. Sri Sai Maharaj's blessings and subtle guidance to Chandrabai Borkar manifested even after his Mahasamadhi. There are many unfathomable Leelas of Sri Sai Baba connected to her, and we shall heed to those in the coming episodes. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.